Oh, well, getting ready, getting ready. Right. Chilling out a little bit this morning. Sun's nice, sun's out, weather's good. Hi, Grim, okay? Craig DY. Goodbye to who? Goodbye to me! Final video! You have to excuse me, I've not had out to eat this morning. I'm sort of like starving a little bit, like, you know what I mean? Just takes a bloody silly hat off and be out in the garden. Put that down for a bit, eh? Right, so you see we've got him. Grimmy, Craig, Steve, Evan Painter. That's everybody there, isn't it? Yeah. So far, anyway. Yep, sadly, believe it or not, this is my final video. I tell you, it's not something I want to do. It's something that basically I've been forced to do. End of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what am I going to do now? That's the whole thing. Right, well, basically, I'll tell you what it is. I have actually got around about, I think about 12 videos waiting to go live. So they'll still go live at some point. I'm sort of spreading them out over the next month or so, yeah. But sadly, as I kept saying all the way along, as soon as my computer gives up, that's me out of there. And basically, it did do. It gave up last week. I've been lucky enough to borrow a mate's computer to edit the videos that I've already done. And obviously, I've got to hand this back over to him later on today. So, sad. I know it's sad. It's not that I want to give it up. It's just that I can't afford to carry on. Unlike a lot of YouTubers out there who get, you know, all this revenue from ads, it doesn't happen with me. It's because I'm normal, that's what it's like. If you could say that I'm normal, that sort of thing. Hey, Ozzy, hey, mate, as Ozzy E-Piper, stay on, mate, because I sent you some pictures, didn't I, of a pipe. I've actually done the video of it, but it's not going live yet because I've got to do the editing. But I'll show you the pipe in a bit. I will show you the pipe in a bit, without a doubt. What final video? Well, it's a final video other than ones that I've already got pre-recorded, which are waiting to go live. But yeah, basically that's it. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's get the pipe out of the way. Let's get the pipe out. I'm only going to be on for an hour, guys, because he's picking this computer up. So it's one of them, you know what I mean? So there we go. There's me new pipe. We can all see it there. I know the picture's not very good, but it will be good on the final video, if you understand what I'm saying. But all I've got to do is edit it, and then it'll go live at some point. But there it is, nice pipe. I'm going to be honest now, and I'm going to really boast about something. I love this pipe. Love it. Just watch this. Just watch this, yeah? Beautiful. I love it. It's a chill out pipe. It's heavy, but you know what I mean? I tell you. And I was a bit undecided when I made it whether I should, because as you can see, I've made a built-in tank. If you wonder what these two marks are on each side, that's my fill level, because that's the only way I'm going to guess my fill level. And this is basically the airflow. I know it doesn't look very big, but it's airflow around the top and it's airflow inside for the batteries. And on the front face here, I don't know if you can see, try to show you close up there. This section here is my charging port. This is my fire button. That there, I don't know if you see when I press the button, it should light up. Let me have a look and see. You see it? Not very good on this screen, but that's a nice purple light there. That's my battery compartment. That's my adjustable. This section is my adjustable to keep the battery nice and tight. And that there is a lock for me to take the full plate off if I want to take it off. Lovely, lovely. Putting it away for now. It's not. It's still not. It's still got a little bit of finishing touches to it. Like my name's got to go on here and a few other things. But when it's done, I'll tell you what though. While you're there, honest opinion. Yeah, I've got to get an honest opinion off. I'm just going to take the mouthpiece off, and I'm going to put the mouthpiece on that I made especially for it, and you just tell me whether that looks better. Does that look better? Yeah. I think that's bloody gorgeous, that. What am I like? What am I like? But I didn't stop there. I didn't stop there. I actually made a couple of other mouthpieces. I'm just going through them here because I'm undecided which mouthpiece to have. I've got this one here. Yeah. That one's for sub-homing. I've got a massive big airflow in it. Beautiful, beautiful. And the craziest one, oh, sorry, the craziest one is this one here. What do you think of that one? Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to put the pipe away now. I'm going to put it away because I want you to watch the video when it comes up, that sort of thing. I've done two videos. I've done the one featuring the pipe, showing you how it works and all that, and then I've done another one which I'm only going to be sticking on Patreon. I'm going to try and get some money together, try and get a bloody computer, that sort of thing. Very Euro, built-in tank. Yeah, that's very nice. That's a nice old man. That's a nice old man. Gorgeous, old man. We're all on one day, you know. Definitely. Yes, better. Either or. Matchy matchy. You like the second mouthpiece, so that was what did I do with that? Where did I put it? So that was this one, wasn't it? That was that one, yeah. That was that mouthpiece. Yeah, I've got to admit, I do like that one myself. Do. Even made a stand especially for it. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you was here and you had it in your hands, you'd really appreciate how nice that is. Really is a very nice one. Yeah, funny enough, Ozzy, my missus turned around and says to me, I'll let you put that one on display. How weird is that? Because it looks nice, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it's just not possible, mate. Shall I tell you why? It'd be all right if you had something like an iPhone or something like that, but I've got a dinosaur of a phone. I'm not a phone person. I'm just one of them who uses a phone um, just purely for receiving calls. I don't even make a lot of calls. You know what I mean? I use my house phone for that, or I use a computer for that. And I've got a tablet, but I've tried. It's an impossibility. I can't edit on the tablet. It just can't edit. Not in the way I want to edit. You understand what I'm saying? In the sort of stuff that I do, and I don't want to send me quality down. It's bad enough as it is, but send me quality down. No, it's one of them things. Besides the point, there's enough vape reviewers out there now, isn't there? Hi, Brittany. Okay, how are you? Good, very good. Third mouthpiece looks good too. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's a bit of an hard one, isn't it? So you could continue to do these live streams until you get another computer. No, I can't. How can I do that? This isn't my computer. I borrowed this. I've borrowed it. Besides the point, I'm going away on holiday. So I thought I'll go away on holiday, have a think about it, try and get my head together, try and see if I can sort something out. But I've been trying to sort something out for the last few months now. I have actually told you all that. You know, that computer that I got from Noah. He just sort of gave up. You know what I mean? I took it to see if I could get it repaired, and the guy just says, beyond it. You know what I mean? It's beyond it, Steve. He says there's not even anything salvageable in it except for the memory. That was it. What can you do? They'll use their phones to make calls these days. Yeah, true. My mate's got one of them bloody watches. It's like an earpiece, and there's a watch, and he just answers his just answers all his calls and he walks. That's it. You know what I mean? It's technology, eh? You know what I mean? It's changing all the time. Oh, I feel sorry for you, Brittany, especially if it's a back problem. And besides the point, I didn't go to Vape Expo either. I gave it a wide berth. But I'm like that. Whether to go to the next one, is it September, somewhere about that time? September, October, somewhere about that. So I'll probably go to that. But I'll more than likely be going to Vape Fest because I find that a little bit more normal. If that means much to you. Yeah, normal. Yeah, yeah. It's like a day out for the family there. You know what I mean? I'm going to. I'm going to drive through France and Spain. Get over to Spain. Yeah. I'm hoping to go to a Vape Expo in Madrid if I ever get there. That comes down to my vehicle, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm hoping to go to a Vape Expo in Madrid, which I believe is in July or June. I think it's June, something like that. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is concentrate on doing a few things around the house, what need doing, like painting and repairs and that sort of thing, and then pack my bloody van up because I've got a small van. Yeah, pack my van up and head off out. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, in the meantime, if somebody, if I get a use of a computer, I might do something, but it's looking very doubtful. I've even been up to I went up to cash converters to see if there was anything in there. Nothing in my budget whatsoever. Nothing what will suffice anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like I have to be able to put certain software on to use, and if their computer won't take that software, it's like no. And I don't want to go through that steep learning curve again. And I learned enough to try to use the software that I've got. Well, that's good, Brittany. I mean, that's what it's about, isn't it? Cheering each other up. I like. Did you see it, Brittany? Did you see me pipe? Did you see it? There we go. Can't leave it alone. Ozzy, I'm just in the middle of making a new one. Can't even show it yet. Can't show you any of it. It's a secret. You know what I'm like? Although you do get the first pictures because I sent you the pictures, mate, before I put them on that slow vape site. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, mate. No worries. Yeah, if you're having issues, I mean, it is a long way Australia from here, isn't it? It's only a phone call away. Yeah, I've got to admit, I like it myself. Look at that. Look at that. That isn't a jewel. Beautiful. Everybody who's had it in their hands has wanted it. Well, as long as you're into pipes, that sort of thing. Afternoon, Jose Ruel das Syndicate. Have I got that right? I think I have, haven't I? I think so, yeah. Greetings from Cologne. Everybody over here went to Stuttgart last week. Me, couldn't afford it. Yes. Same with me. I'm one of them, mate. You know what I mean? I live on a budget. Ever since the doctor sort of says, that's it, no more work, I'm not earning nothing. And I don't feel right taking anything off my wife. She works 0 bloody hours, like, you know what I mean? On really bad contracts. This government over here don't give you no help whatsoever. I don't get nothing from them. So all the time I'm just sort of scratching, you know what I mean? As you can see. Yeah, all I'm sort of doing all the time is scratching for the next penny, that sort of thing. So it's I watch a lot of reviews out there and I think they've obviously got it sent to them or they've got a very deep pocket, you know what I mean? They've got very deep pockets, it must be. Funny enough, just 2 weeks ago I got contacted by Council of Vapor asking me to review some stuff and I says, whoops, just can't, like, you know what I mean? I'm having issues and I don't like letting anybody down, if you know what I mean. So it's like, there's a mod out the window. I haven't had it in my hands on one set. I know it's nice, isn't it? You won't believe how difficult it was for me to carve this. And it's not even got a finish on that. I don't know if you can see it hasn't got a finish on it. That's all different grades of sandpaper, right the way down to polishing grade, which was, oh, I think it's 22,000. I mean, you can't even feel a grain on it. It's like a piece of leather, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a lot of work went into that. It really was. I mean, it's a regulated mod. It's not a Mac mod. It's a regulated mod. You know what I mean? So for me to figure out where everything was going to go and get it to work properly, it was a little bit of a task. But now I've sorted that, and now I know I can make similar pipes in the same sort of manner. And as I say, I've got 3 what I've started, but I'm undecided which one I want to go ahead with. That's what it is. Yeah. Right. Well, I'll tell you what it is, Brittany. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if you just spent nothing but time doing it, yeah, I'd probably make one in around about, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, something like that. But this has taken me around about 2 months because I keep putting it down, you know what I mean, and then picking it up. And the reason I do that is because if you rush things, they never turn out the way you want them to. And when you're working on something like this, you make one mistake and all your work's gone out the window. So it was a matter of all this brass work at the front was my original start. That was my design that I wanted. I wanted to sort of, as I say, I'm a bit sort of inspired by Salvador Dali, yeah. And it was some of the sort of shapes that he has. And I thought, well, I've got to make something like that, something a bit unusual. It's very hard for you to see what all that is. I mean, all them holes that you can see are all airflow holes. So that was where my start was, and then I had to think of what type of body to put it on, and then getting the right piece of timber. But I mean, at the end of the day, it all started with a piece of timber. The piece of timber is a piece of almond timber that I got in Spain. Yeah, and it's a couple of 100 years old. The timber. It's not like it's actually been at the side of this farm. Well, I don't know what's happening there. It's actually been at the side of this farmyard for around about 80 years. The guy says it's been there for about 80 years, and it used to be in a timber storage. So God knows how old it is, but it was like a piece of concrete, you know, a piece of pieces. It was harder than steel, so it was very hard to sort of work. But determination and being careful and taking your time always pays off. Always. Yeah, good things always take time. Yeah, I've got to be honest. I would find it very hard. I find it very hard to sell that. I really would. would. I really would find it hard to sell it because uh, not just the time I put in it, but the thought that I put into it. You know, I mean, I won't even take it out to vape. This is one of them. I'm going to chill out on my bench outside and just sort of like vape away. You know what I mean? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And believe it or not, I've not got a tobacco in, which is unusual because normally in my pipes I put a tobacco in. What I put in, and I've done the review for it. It's coming up. Is this one here? I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it. In Reserve, and it's called Troy. And yeah, I'm going to mention something now. You're going to say, "Oh no, I don't like that." I mean, it's a coffee one, but it's a coffee one with a total difference. You really want to taste this. This is like so special, very sweet. It's beautiful. It is. I mean, that's if you're wondering who Reserve is made by, it's made by Revolution Vapor. They're obviously stateside, yeah. But that e-juice is just fantastic. It's beautiful in that pipe. Really is. Really is. Let's try a bit of sub on me now. Well, I tell you what, Steve. Honestly, if you was local to me, mate, I'd give you the rest of that bottle. Do you know what I mean? That is awesome. I mean, it really is awesome. See, I'm having problems with his computer now. It keeps sort of like saying the power's off, and yet it's all plugged in. All my mates have got dinosaurs as well, obviously. So as we can see, summer is here, and I'm just wondering whether is anybody going away for summer? Are you going away for summer? Anybody? Anywhere exotic? Anywhere special? Maybe you go to Spain. Maybe I can bump into you. Keep an eye out on that Bargain Brits Abroad. You might see me on there. I've been on there the last couple of times I've been over. What's going on? Nice pipe. Moon cow. Tenerife and Florida. Well, I gave up Florida probably around about, let me see, when's the last time I went to Florida? Probably around about 8 years ago now. And I was working out there. I was working in Sarasota, which is the top part, yeah. And I hated it. I ate it. I mean, I love Florida. Whenever I went on holiday, I love Florida. But then again, when you're throwing money at them, everything sort of works out fine, doesn't it? But I was working out there on a condo for Billy Joel and Britney Spears. Never met them, so I'm not sort of trying to throw names out here, yeah. And the site that it was on, it was like Mexicans on there, there was blacks on there, and there was white Americans on there. And it was so much racism. I mean, you know, I thought it wasn't that much racism as what it was in the States. I got told not to talk to this black guy, and part of the crack of me being out there, I was working for an Irish company, and they told me to sort of keep the Irish accent on and don't let them know I'm Brit. And I'm thinking, why don't they want to know this? Just don't say you're Brit. And then I found out that they didn't like the Brits that much where I was, you know what I mean? So, no, I had that was my last trip to Florida. And when I came back, I thought, nah, I'm not giving my money to them again. I miss it, you know, kind of miss it. I used to love driving around America. It's absolutely fantastic, without a doubt. Staying home in good old Britain. I don't know, it's getting very expensive now, especially with that what's happening in Scotland with them booze price. I'm lucky I don't drink, you know what I mean? I have the occasional one. But I'm looking at them poor buggers in Scotland where they've had all that cheap booze put to a sky high price. Absolutely disgusting. And that is not going to stop them from drinking. Drinkers will always drink. But everybody else has to be penalised for it, which I think is very, very unfair. That eggs in every bunch. Yeah, you're right there. You're right, mate. I've been to many places around the world and have been fine. And the next time I've been, it's been, you know, it's like, and we get it here. We get it here in England. I mean, I don't like holidaying in England that much because I'm always bumping into idiots. You know what I mean? Loudmouth idiots sort of thing. And I'm one of them people who sort of like have to, you know, when you're somewhere and somebody's annoying, I'm the guy who steps up and says, "Listen, can you just sort of quieten it down a bit, or can you just, you know, not realising what you've got? I've got kids here with me, that sort of thing." And I usually end up getting into trouble for it. I don't blighty. Yes, keep calm and vape on. I always wanted to. I always wanted to do a video with Churchill vaping. And you know, maybe one day I might do like I have these crazy ideas in my head. I've got to admit, no, I haven't got an issue with England as far as the way England looks. England looks really nice. You know, if you drive up from Manchester here towards Scotland, all the countryside's unbelievable. In fact, even within walking distance of me, I've got really good countryside. Yeah. The problem with me, Google. Have you got one? Google Home. I'd tell you what's annoying half the time. The problem is with me is I find that Great Britain is so expensive, and you get, I mean, like, if you go for a trip to Blackpool, you get nothing but dodgy food. I've been that many times. It's dodgy food, and you pay the earth for it. You know what I mean? If you go to the pubs over there for a meal of a Sunday, you never really get what you want, but you pay over the top for it. If you want to go to some attraction, you pay well over the top for it. You know, it's like, no, you know what I mean? It's like, I'd give that up. I remember the good old days when all I used to do was go to the local Stamford Park, you know, a bottle of water, a couple of brown sauce butties, and just sit there and chill out and really enjoy it. But now that seems to have gone now. It really does. It's like no-go area. That park now, it's like a no-go area. It really is. You've got a load of people in there who are not very that likable. You know what I mean? So it's like, I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered. I mean, I even used to go for weekends away in these, like, bed and breakfasts. Some really nice ones, but they're not anymore. They're not. Come bloody 10 o'clock in the morning, they want you out of the room. I know. What like? I'm moaning now. I'm showing me true man colours now. You moaning old gets. Yeah, sugar tax as well. Exactly. I mean, it's all crazy. I mean, and what you've got to blame is you've got to blame the public themselves. You've got to blame them. I mean, I see it with kids. They get sweets thrown at them all the time. One of my grandkids, like, his teeth are really in a bad condition, and it's like it's got to be down to parenting. You know what I mean? I think we so easily give in these days to kids. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, go on, you can stay on the computer until 10:30 at night, but you've got to be up early in the morning. The kids are up in the morning, they look like deaf warmed up. So now the government has to step in, and they're trying to make it so they can't go on computers after a certain time. But and I know, the scrote families out there and them do-gooder families out there, you know what I mean? It's like anything for a peaceful life. They'll just continue with it. And that's what it is with child obesity. It isn't down to the kid. I don't care what anybody says, it's not down to the kid. It isn't down to the kid, it's down to the parents. They're the ones who's serving them junk food. They're the ones who's giving in to the demands. And that's it's just sort of totally, over the last 20 years, it's become a disaster area in England, as it really has, on health issues. I mean, I was just as bad. I used to be a smoker like most of you used to be a smoker, and we could never get off it. So we're all guilty in a way, but then again, we have actually got off it now, you know what I mean? So everything's fine. I haven't got a problem with people smoking. Like, I went in a shop the other day, and this woman paid £10.40 for a packet of cigarettes, and I felt so sorry for her. You know what I mean? I did say to her, "Have you tried vaping?" And she said, "Yeah, I don't want to touch them. They're dangerous, like, you know what I mean?" But I felt so sorry for her that she having to pay £10.40. I mean, I'm looking back now, and I used to smoke between 50 and 60 a day. You know what I mean? That sort of number. That's a lot of money every single day, 365 days a year. It's like, no way. Am I glad I got away from that? And I have. I've got away from it. But then again, one of the reasons I switched is, one, I couldn't afford to carry on smoking, but I still needed to. I was doing it without things because I needed my nick fixed. That's what I was doing. I was doing that without certain things because I needed my nicotine fixed. You know what I mean? So now that's all changed. So I'm getting them things that I used to want. The food that I used to like. Well, to a certain degree, because everything's gone sky high, that sort of thing. But God, no, if I was still smoke now, I swear blind, I'd be either dead or I'd be totally broke. I couldn't even be on the bloody streets. You know what I mean? It's so bad for smokers, and they're always sort of targeting the poor of the country. I don't care what anybody says. It's the poor of the country that they always target. Smoking. The majority of people who smoke are the poor. You know what I mean? Let's target them. You know what I mean? The normal working class person who drives a car has to drive a car to get to work, can't use public transport. I mean, I've got a van because if I'm working, if I can do any work, I need to take tools now. I could never use public transport, so they just hit you on tax on your vehicle, tax on your bloody insurance. You do everything right, and all the scrubs are not doing nothing. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Steve, stop bloody moaning. It's about vaping, this. Shut up. I don't know. To be 100% honest, the cost was the number one reason I quit smoking. Yep, definitely with me, it was the number. I still enjoy tobacco. Hence why I do vape tobacco juices. I used to enjoy that. I remember getting that that cigarette first thing in the morning. Just as you lit it, that very first couple of drags was sweet, and love that. Love that. Now I know for the rest of the day, most of the cigarettes you smoke was like, I'm smoking because I need to. You know what I mean? But certain ones, it was like, yeah, I like that. That was a nice bit of flavour. I wish every cigarette was like that sort of thing. Wait, you're going, Steve? Yes. What do you mean I'm going? You mean I'm fading away? What do you mean that I'm leaving YouTube? It's not so much leaving YouTube. I'm forced to because I haven't got the equipment anymore. You just can't, you know what I mean? I've had to borrow this to do this. Can't go borrowing computers off people every 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Because I never plan doing live things or anything like that. I never plan it. I've always wanted to do the live stuff, but now I've got nothing to edit on. All I've got is, I think it's around about 12 videos or something like that waiting to go live, yeah? Because I do them and they're setting for a certain date to go live. So they're still going to go up at some point. But at some point, you'll just see that it just goes dead and I won't be doing anything anymore. Unless some miracle happens, which I doubt very much. You know what I mean? What do you do? I mean, I've actually tried in the past. I've tried getting people to sort of go fund me. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? I'm an old geezer. Don't work for old geezers. I've tried Patreon. Oh no, I've not tried Patreon. I'm trying Patreon with a few videos that I've got waiting to go live on there. If that sort of, you know, if that generates something, I might carry on. But I doubt it very much. I did a wish list on Amazon, done it. Yeah, unlike all the other vape reviewers and that, never had a single thing. Never had a single thing. It's like begging, isn't it? It's like, maybe I get it, you know what I mean? I think people think, oh, you're only getting it because you want it, like, you know what I mean? But it's not. It's a genuine, it was a genuine situation, you know what I mean? I needed to sort of, I mean, if you look at the cameras that I use, I'm okay with the cameras because I can pick them up on eBay for like 20, 30 quid. You know what I mean? But when you come to a computer, what's good enough to edit on, that's another matter. It really is. Yeah, basically, Mooncow, yeah, if I had a computer which was good enough to edit on, I would probably continue. But I'm not overly worried. Like I say, at the minute right now, I'm going away. I'm going to go away for a month or so, have a think about it. I'm still, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm trying every day to sort things out. I was actually given a desktop the other week, and basically it didn't tell me it didn't have an hard drive in. So I went out and got a bloody hard drive, put the hard drive in. Then I found out I needed an operating system, so I bought an operating system off somebody. Tried to put it on the computer. It was a bag of garbage. It was like, no, no good for me. And the desktop's no good to me because I edit like when I'm out and about, or whether I'm, you know, if I'm at a friend's or if I'm, you know, in a different room of the house. So a desktop means a dedicated space in your house where you've got to set it up. And I haven't got that dedicated space. So it has to be a laptop. Now, a lot of professionals say, don't edit on laptops, but that's what I've done all the time. I've edited on laptops, you know what I mean? I've done all my editing, my titles, my pictures, everything on a laptop. I know there's people out there use a desktop, especially for streaming and things like that. And at the moment, I'm just using a friend's laptop here. I know the picture quality is not fantastic, but you know, at the end of the day, it's I'm not BBC One, am I? You know what I mean? A bit more truthful than BBC One. I mean, did you not notice last weekend, was it, or the weekend before? It was the march in London for freedom of speech. It was all down that Count Duckula guy, yeah, and a few others who's been stopped from speaking. Or they classing it as hate speech, everything what you come out with these days, yeah, all of them are at it, yeah. And it wasn't reported on the BBC, it wasn't reported on ITV, it wasn't reported on Channel 4, Channel 5, Sky News, none of them. I mean, it was up to like hundreds of thousands of people there, yeah, on this march, no trouble, yeah. Now, apparently the BBC was there, ITV was there, and Sky was there, but they never filmed because all they was waiting for was trouble. And that's all they wanted to sort of broadcast, you know what I mean? So it's like, I wish I'd have been there. I wanted to go. I couldn't afford to go there either. That was why I didn't go to Expo. I can't afford to go to Expo, you know what I mean? I know people might say, I said, but you're going away on holiday. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for my wife's already shelled out for that. You know what I mean? I just go along. I'm just a donkey. I just carry the stuff about. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? A netbook. I don't think a netbook's powerful enough. You see, yeah, no, a netbook. I think it's too small. I think the screens are too small. Yeah, I mean the computer that I use previous to it going previous to it going previous to it dying, it was like either a 15-inch or a 17-inch monitor. You know, it had 6 gig of RAM on it. You know what I mean? Which was like that what I needed to edit it with. And the hard drive didn't really matter. I've got a hard drive. I've got an external hard drive that I can always save stuff on. But yeah, it's just like netbooks are just not there yet. You know what I mean? But then again, what do I know? I'm just an old geezer from Manchester. I don't even use a PC or laptop. I use a Raspberry Pi tiny computer. I can't get into them, mate. I did actually look at trying to make something out of Raspberry Pi or whatever it is, and I can't get my head around that. Just can't get my head around it. I need somebody to show me. That's what I need. Day for Freedom, the only reports it got in the press called it far right or hate speech. Exactly, Grim. That's exactly. We're just being kept in the dark about it. I mean, what really gets me, is on the same day. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but on the same day of that march, yeah, it was something that hit the news, and I thought, what? And it was like a mosque that's just been built in the Outer Hebrides, and it has 5 people going to it. And I thought, and that's major news. I thought, is that major news? What are they trying to feed to us, like, you know what I mean? And that's major news. We don't ever hear of churches opening up. It was a mosque, for God's sake. You know what I mean? It's like as if the majority of the country was bothered. I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't mean to disrespect anybody out there who goes to a mosque. I really don't. It just, to me, it wasn't newsworthy. Do you know what I mean? Even in the Outer Hebrides, because I've got 2 cousins who live in the Outer Hebrides, like, you know what I mean? And I bet half of what they do deserves better newsworthiness than that, like, you know what I mean? What do you do? What do you do? Vape time netbooks have come a long way. I wouldn't know. I'm not a techno person. Sorry about this eating. Still hungry. I'm not a techno person. I'm one of them people who very rarely goes into places like PC World or out like that. If you haven't got the money in your pocket, you don't go in there, do you? You know what I mean? So half of what I know is basically from YouTube. Excuse me. I should have put a jelly in. They last forever. I'm using a laptop at the moment, Vape Time, and it's amazing. Vape Time. Is that the name of a computer? Vape Time? Really? When was it manufactured? When was what manufactured? I mean, is this a discussion between you lot? It's got to be, on it, yeah. Do you think the TPD laws have a negative impact on vaping? No, I don't. I really don't, actually. No. Maybe on advertising, yeah, because you can't advertise, but that's going to change that's changing next year anyway. They're going to allow advertising. What was the thing about advertising? Advertisers seem to glorify it, and I thought that was a bad thing. Yeah, I think that's what got a lot of kids into vaping. I mean, I know it's a debate thing. Kids should be allowed that sort of thing, but no, I disagree. The thing, I mean, we can't even say 10 ml bottles. We can't even say 10 ml bottles because at the end of the day, 10 ml bottles have been here since day one. I mean, when I started vaping, it was a 10 mil or a 30 mil. There was no difference, but I always used to buy the 30 mil. I used to buy the 10 mil. In fact, I even used to buy the 5 mil to try the juice, and then I used to switch to the 30 mil. Yeah. So it's not that. As far as restriction on equipment's concerned, no, nothing's really been restricted. What's happened to stop people from vaping and taking it up is sub-ohming. I don't care what anybody says. You can argue with me all day long, but when you've been vaping as long as what I have, and a lot of others will agree with me, we never started sub-ohm. And we was all at the very start of vaping, it was very, very successful, very, very quick. And it's because we all use mouth-to-lung devices. It was no wattage on, just regulating mods, yeah. But now you've got this massive big choice. And I've already seen it with my own eyes. I've been in shops when somebody who smokes goes in and they sold them something which is like totally alien to them, you know what I mean? 80 watts with a sub-ohm tank on the top and a bottle of juice like, I don't care, there you go, sort of attitude. And they've gone away, they've tried it, and the first thing they do is carry on smoking. They've carried on smoking. So to carry on smoking and only vape occasionally, it's never going to work for you. It was never going to work for you. And that was a good thing about the good early days of the MTL devices, nicotine. It was like for like. It was like for like. That's what it was. The only disadvantage is obviously flavouring. You know what I mean? A lot of the flavours out at the time was pretty yak, and that's how we sort of all moved on. But I'm still the same right now. Somebody asked me this morning, my dad smokes. He's been smoking for the last 40 years. What would you advise, sort of thing? I said regulated mod, MTL tank, nicotine. Because I asked him how many questions. He said, whatever you do, don't go in the shop, yeah, and buy a sub-ohm tank. Don't go in the shop and buy an high wattage tank with temperature control mod or anything like that. I said, just get a cheap regulated device, because at the end of the day, I know that they work. I know that. And obviously, as you get vaping, you get more experience, then you do want to try the other stuff. I mean, I'm mouth to lung at the moment. I'm on sub-ohm there. Now, I won't use that all day. I'll be back on my mouth to lung in a bit, yeah. But if it had started on that, I'd have finished on that. That'd have been like it. That'd have been like, not back to cigarettes. So I don't blame TPD. Why do you blame TPD? Yeah, well, I can say that because tanks in the local shop are imports from the USA. Now, here's a regulation about tanks over here, but to be honest, it doesn't stop you from selling tanks from abroad. It's nobody policing it. It's nobody policing this industry. A lot of people say it is. It isn't. Nobody's policing this industry. What it is, and what's bad about it, is that good quality vape shops will not sell the tanks that you get from abroad because they're scared of being prosecuted by TPD. But all that's going next year. Be as big a tank as you want next year. You know what I mean? As soon as 2019 comes, that's as long as we have left Europe. Yeah, but everything's going back to normal basically. 30 ml bottles of juice, etc., etc. Although you still won't be able to get nicotine that easy. Although saying that, I was on a market stall last week and they had 72% nicotine on his store, 20 quid for a litre bottle, which is peanuts. You know what I mean? Yeah, I should imagine that is the case. You do get, customers are coming down a bit on it, and you will actually pay them extra charges. I've only ever been hit once, though. I mean, I've got to be honest. I got some stuff from America, and I got hit on that. The stuff I've had from China, I've never been hit on. But I should imagine it's possible. It comes down to the value of the package, doesn't it, when you're getting stuff from China, rather than what it is, what's inside itself. Yeah, pod mods. I've got my pod hanging about somewhere. I've always got this hanging about. Hey Jay, how are you, mate? I know you well. How was Vape Expo, bud? All right, yeah. Or didn't you go? I'm sure you went, didn't you? Good on you, MBK. I knew that. I think that's the way with all of us, isn't it? That's the way it is with a lot of the vape reviewers. You know, you yourself, I'm sure you cover everything like I cover everything. But at the end of the day, if we was recommending something to a starter, you know, to somebody who's wanting to quit, we would never be recommending someone that sort of thing. Oh, good, buddy. Hey, Jay, have a look, mate. Have a look at that. Have that for a shiny piece, mate. Look at that. Watch this one. Never seen a pipe perform like this before. What I like. Yeah, that one there, Steve. Yeah, refill it, mate. I fill that. I fill that tank on the top there probably 9 times so far, and it's still going strong, mate. It's still going strong. But I have got some spare tanks, so no worries. You know what I mean? Yeah, same to you, Cal. Thanks for that. All I can do is try, but it's not looking promising. So that's why I thought I'd do this vid. It was the last opportunity I had, really. You know what I mean? Because the computer goes back later on today or this morning. Well, I can't say this morning. It's already gone this morning, hasn't it? But as soon as it comes round, it's like, there you go. Ta. Yeah, Alex. And it's not a very good picture on this computer, mate. I don't know if you can see it. That's the front there. I've got a built-in tank in it. You see that? Got a built-in tank. It's rechargeable. It's regulated. Fire button down here. I've got a little indicator light there. I don't know if you can see that indicator light. Can you see it there? There you go. Beautiful. And if you're wondering what this is here, this holds that full plate on. Yeah, that's what that does there. This here is a battery adjustment screw. This here is air vents. Ooh, love it. That's it. That is a wonderful pipe. Thanks very much. Maybe what I should do is sell this and get a bloody computer. Never know, do you? Yeah, I noticed Soaring was there. You know what? I can't. They don't talk to me, mate. I've tried contacting Soaring. They just don't want to know. It's like, oh, well, yeah, whatever. Whatever. What do you do? As and when I come along with stuff, I'll do it. That sort of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, defo PSR. I don't mean that. What maximum VGPGs you can the pod take? Well, believe it or not, this here, if you actually go online and you read up about it, yeah, they say you can use 80 20, which is 80 VG, 20 PG. Yeah. I prefer it around about 60/40, but at the minute I've got 80/20 in there. It's my final video. Alex, what I've got is I've got 12 videos that's waiting to go live. They're already uploaded to YouTube and they're set to go on certain dates, mate. But my computer last week, you know what I mean? So it's like I've got nothing to use anymore. So I just thought, well, I'll just call it a day. You know what I mean? And then maybe over the next couple of months, if something comes up, I may come back. You know what I mean? But this industry, and Jay will tell you this, and all the other reviews will tell you this. You leave this alone, mate, for a couple of weeks, and it's like you're on another planet. You know what I mean? When you come back. So I don't know. I've got no idea, mate. At the minute, right now, last video as far as I've made, all the other ones are pre-made, and I'm waiting to go live. So what do you do? Moon Cow, all the best to you, mate. You look after yourself. That's mine, Prof. What's yours? Jay, what's yours? What's yours? Talking about this. Is this the one you want, mate? Do you want me to make you one? Beautiful, beautiful. And that's all I got on one on coil, isn't that? It's tight. Gorgeous, it really is. Professor's vaping like a sir, certainly am. What do you need, Prof? I may be able to help you on that. No, listen, Jay, honestly, it doesn't matter, mate. I need a laptop, mate. And I'm not going to ask anybody for one, you know what I mean? It's just like, might just give up the ghost. I can't use a desktop. Somebody gave me a desktop. Problem with the desktop, I've got to have a dedicated space for it. Yeah, so I've got to have somewhere to put it. Yeah, so I've got this desktop, put a new hard drive in because this is the hard drive I've had it. Found out it wasn't just the hard drive, it was other things because I've got the operating, put the new hard drive in, put operating system on it. And it's like, yeah, this is a clown's machine, like, you know what I mean? They're obviously from Alan Sugar or something like that. You know, it was a disaster. What do you do? You know what I mean? What do you do? It's not a sad, mate. Honestly, it's not a sad. I've had a good run actually. I think I've had a really good run. You know, since 2000 and what? 2008 is it? Something like that. I've had a really good run, mate, without a doubt. Time to move over and let all you take over. You know, if something comes along, it comes along, and I'll do something about it. You know what I mean? What do you do? Don't worry about it, Steve. You take care, mate. Girlfriend's more important than me, mate. Definitely. Let's see if you say that in 20 years' time, eh? No, I've got a wife, she's golden, mate. Actually, absolute golden without a doubt. I'd do anything for her, including bury her. No. I don't know. So how long have you been on? 50. I did say I'd be on for an hour. It's taking his time coming round because he did say he'd be round within an hour. But obviously, he's taking his time, no matter what. But yeah, I'll still be able to keep in contact with you because I'll still be able to comment on my videos because I've got a little tablet there, so I can do that. You know what I mean? Something comes up. I've tried everything. Everybody, I think everybody knows now that I've tried everything. I've tried GoFundMe. I've tried Amazon wish list. I've tried everything. You know what I mean? What do you do? What do you do? Thinking my name was Grim Green or something like that, or Trip Rippers. Yeah, maybe. I mean, in fact, I'm sure the company would then supply me with something, without a doubt. I've been saying that my girlfriend is amazing. Never been so happy. Well, yeah, that's the way it is, mate. You've got the right one. You've got the right one. See you, Steve. Anyway, yeah. Have a nice day. That's a bit of an American saying for you, isn't it? But I do mean that. Truly, go out there and have a nice day. Yeah. So, at a minute, I've been trying to get the house sorted. Look at that, bloody cupboard up and down there. My wife is home at the moment. She got the bloody one. So I've got nothing else to show you this at the moment. Nothing. I'll tell you something what I have. I've designed an e-juice. Yeah. Can't tell you a lot about it. At the minute, I'm trying to see if I can get it made. to TPD regs. Yeah. But what I did is I actually, by mistake, mixed an e-juice. And everybody's tried it. I said it's absolutely awesome. Not even got a name for it. Not even got a name for it, yeah? And because I've got the recipe for it, because it was mine, you know what I mean? I'm going to try and see if we can get it produced to give away. That's what I'm going to try and do. I've got a couple of friends who make e-juice. They have a company. And I thought, well, if I can get, 50, 60 bottles, 50, 60 bottles to give away as a test, because I know everybody's going to love it. And then maybe some company will come along and say, yeah, we like that, Steve. Can we make it for you? Well, I've got an idea. They'll pull a fast one, you know what I mean? No confidence in a lot of vaping companies, man. Not at all. Nope, I've still not tried the Kentucky. When I finish this pipe, I thought the first thing I'm going to do is put Kentucky in it, and I can't find the bottle. I know it's around somewhere, but I will be trying it. Yeah, without a doubt. I'll definitely try it. Oh, anybody in, by the way, the other, remember the other week? Cheers, Cole. Thanks, mate. You really are generous. I'm trying my best. All I can say, Colin, is that I'm trying my best to get something sorted. But I'm having a break anyway. I thought I'm going to go away, have a break. That's why I've got the videos waiting to go live. I've got so many videos waiting to go live to sort of keep you happy. But I did know with what happened last week that basically this was the end of the road for me. You know what I mean? But I am trying. I mean, I'm one of them believers that something might come up and I might be able to sort something out, that sort of thing. But it's just not been possible for the last 2 or 3 months now, and I've tried and tried and tried. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's like that. The money that you gave me, mate. What I've done is staying there. It's like if I can get enough money together, I'll do something. You know what I mean? So it's much appreciated, without a doubt, much appreciated. So just let me get back onto one thing. It was like when I got sort of attacked the other week on the market by that strange vape guy. The police got in contact with me again this week, and they said there's no CCTV footage. Now I know that it is CCTV footage. I think it's just a typical British law again, just like what it is. No, we don't need to go down this. It's only had a few slaps, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? So I think there's not going to be anything comes of it. But I'm still going to do a video of it. And as soon as I get the final say from the police, I still will try. Well, that's if I get something sorted, that is. I'll try and keep you informed about what happened there, because I'm not an happy bunny. Definitely not. Yeah, I'm the same, Brittany. Yeah, these short fill, it's like you're being forced not to have nicotine. That's what it's like, really. And when you're a person who likes nicotine, likes mouth to lung, the short fills, they're only serving, one class of vapors, and that's the people who like sub-ohm, don't require nicotine. You know what I mean? Or that sort of thing. Or they can put a few nick shots in, but you can never get it to the strength that you want. You know what I mean? No matter how you try. If you were on 18 mg of nick, you could never get a short fill bottle and turn that into an 18 mg. It will never happen. And by the time you do achieve it, there's definitely no flavour left in it. No, you're not, Grim. At the end of the day, I'm still on 18. I'm still on 8. I mean, right, here we go. Yeah, I'm still on 18, but you look at while I'm talking to you now, I'm not vaping away all the time, am I? And that's the type of person I am. So, whereas before when I used to smoke, I was like this constantly, you know what I mean? It's one day I didn't have two in my bloody hands. I'd be constantly smoking. When I first started vaping, it was always tooting away, yeah? And over the over the years now, it's gone straight away down. I can go in my workshop now and mess about with, let's say, making a pipe and not even vape. But when I do want to vape, I do want that throat hit, and the only way I get that is with 18 mg. And on the occasion, I get it with maybe Coolada in some liquids. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. A salted caramel is one of the good ones. Yeah, I sort of get a bit of a throat hit from that. But no, I'm on 18. I mean, there I've got 18 in that bloody thing. You know what I mean? Cheers for that, Cole. Yeah, I'm just having a break, mate. I just need a break. You know what I mean? That's all. Just need a break. Need one. I'm thinking of selling the bloody house and moving abroad, that sort of thing. But at least if we did that, I could carry on doing the videos. Although then again, it'd be hard getting all of the stuff to do the videos with, wouldn't it? What did you think, Cole? What did you think of my latest pint, mate? Beautiful, beautiful. Boasting to myself, innit? Boasting to myself. You put a 10 mil 18 into 50 mil, don't you get X3? Yeah, exactly. That's it. Makes 3 mg. No good to me, definitely not. Feel sorry for the Australians. Eh? That's ridiculous what they have to put up with. Yeah, I've got a mate called Pete, and he vapes constantly. He's like, oh, all day long, he's giving it 99. All day long. I am. You would not believe, and I'm sure a lot of you are exactly the same. You would not believe how grateful I am that vaping came along. Really, I'm so grateful. It's unbelievable. I've had a smile on my face constantly ever since I've been vaping. Yeah, because it's like, whoa, I can't believe I got away from them cigarettes. So it was controlling my life. It was. I mean, I'd look at my cigarettes of a night time and I go, oh, I've only got 3 in. I better go nip to the shop just in case I haven't got one in the morning. And it was controlling my life. Do you know what I mean? And then the other thing where it was controlling, it was like every time it closed all the bloody pubs down, for God's sake. I felt sorry for all these people who used to enjoy going to the pub, having a fag and a pint, and it closed it all down, you know what I mean? So it's like, to get away from that, I'd say I was a victim. I was a victim of the government, yeah? The ones who just wanted to bring silly bloody rules out. You know what I mean? As a smoker, you know and I know, I would never go and sit next to somebody who didn't smoke and blow it in the bloody face, but we was treated like that. But boy, am I glad I'm away from the cigarettes. A day stalker. I haven't got a day stalker, but look at this. Look at this. I love this hat. My wife thinks I look. I mean, I do. I look at it on Friday, but you know what? It gets people looking, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's what you use in the bloody garden sort of thing. It's got a bit misshape now, but it doesn't even show up to the right colour. It's actually cherry red. Yeah, maybe I should get a deer stalker. Yeah, I know, tweed, yeah. United red, yeah. So it obviously came up red on your screen, mate. Yeah, we've had now. I'm looking at my screen here. I look pale and withdrawn and ill. But I can assure you, I've got a pulse. Definitely got a pulse. That's another thing since I stopped smoking. Yeah, I've got absolutely excellent blood pressure. I've got absolutely excellent pulse. I mean, seriously. And it was another good thing. I don't know if you're aware, but I had a stroke around about It's probably 4 years ago now. I keep saying, every time I say it, I say 2 years ago. Probably about 4 years ago now. And when they went through all the tests and that, they found that I had narrowed arteries, yeah? Not that they'd gone that way, but I'd always had them. It was a generic thing, you know, they wasn't like a third up inside. It was working fine. It's just that it was very narrow. And then they found out it was a generic thing. And they put me on these bloody statins, yeah? And I said, what do you put me on statins for? This is for cholesterol. I says, why have I got high cholesterol? They says, no. I said, what do you put me on statins for? They said, well, just to make sure you don't get high cholesterol. So hang on a minute. I've gone through my entire life with normal cholesterol. And now you stuck me on statins, yeah? I'm feeling dead all the bloody time. I just felt bleeding dead. At one point, I thought, is it the vape? And it wasn't. It was the statins. And they took me off statins and they gave me this list of diet stuff. The only thing on the list what upset me was seafood, you know, crustaceans and that sort of thing. I can't eat them anymore. Yeah, apparently they're very high in cholesterol for some reason. But everything else on this list, what they give me, I went, tick, yeah, I have that. Tick, yeah, I have that. Tick, yeah, I have that. No, I don't have that. You know what I mean? It's like cut down on the cheese. Well, I probably have a block of cheese every 3 months or something like that. Eggs, I don't eat a lot of eggs. Never eat spuds. It was like everything they wanted me to do was already doing. They don't know everything, do they? I do look ill, do I? I can assure you, mate, I'm not. I mean, I am ill. I am not going to tell you about that. I mean, I do actually have a course of tablets. I get up every single morning, yeah. So let's say I get up at 7 o'clock. It's around about 11 o'clock before this disgustingly evil headache goes. I have an headache every single morning, which cripples me. I have pins and needles down my face, yeah, down both sides of my body for most of the day. Most of the day. You know, like if you go like that and you pull your hairs on your arms, I've got that feeling all the time. I have a burning patch on the top of my head here. They can't find out what's wrong with me, but they says, "Don't worry, Steve, you're not going to die." But they can't find out what's wrong with it. It's one of them strange freaks of nature, obviously. Narrow arteries, TWND to be generic. Oh, tend to be generic. All right, I say I didn't know that, Pete. Yeah, I did just say yeah. Have you asked your GP if that's ditestro? What? Ditestro? Ditestro? What's that? Am I saying it right? Ditestro? The stroke, due to the stroke. Oh right, if that's due to the stroke. I think it was what caused the stroke because just previous to me having that stroke, which this is I didn't have at first. It took me a year to admit that I'd had one. Just previous to that, I was getting a lot of pins and needles throughout my body, and I'd gone for all these tests to see if I had bad circulation, and that was coming back fine, like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't until after I did the stroke that they did an heart pump where they pump your heart with this bloody fluid, mate. It's the worst experience I've had in your life, without a doubt. My heart was going like that, boom, boom, boom. Thought I was going to die on the bleeding operating table, that sort of thing. And it was at that point that they found it. They found that and they said, well, that could have caused the stroke. You know what I mean? Well, it's all could be's with them. Now, somebody did turn around and say to me that I might have fibromyalgia. That's what it is. But I don't meet the full criteria for fibromyalgia, although the pain which I've got is every day, most of the day. You know what I mean? It affects me walking after a certain length of time, that sort of thing. I'm in constant pain. But I've learned to live with it. I get up in the morning. Now I get up in the morning with this headache, and even though I feel sorry for myself, I know that, you know, by 11 o'clock I'm going to be fine, that sort of thing. It's one of them things. You just have to sort of get on with life, you know what I mean? Sorry, I've got a fat finger. Fat finger's left out loud. Yeah, probably two. I can tell you right now, I wasn't expecting it. They had all these bleeding tubes out all over the show, all in my bleeding body, and it was all controlled by a machine. There was nobody manually doing it like, and there was all these bloody monitors. You know what I mean? It's like I felt like bloody $6 million man. You know that scene where they sort of putting him together. And then when the art started, oh man, I said, listen, how much longer is this? I swear blind he was going to die on that bloody operating table. But they obviously knew what to expect. I just didn't like. It's like when I went for a brain. Has anybody been for a scan? You know, body scan. I went for a brain scan, and the noise it makes inside, it's one of the worst weird noise. It's like the full machine's going to collapse in on you. It really is a very industrial sound, like, you know what I mean. And they didn't even find anything with that. The only thing they haven't done is a full body scan, which was for, well, I'm going to Spain. I could have one in Spain, you see, relatively cheap. I mean, it's one of them things you can just go in the shop and have done over there. But then I'm thinking, well, shall I do a trust it, that sort of thing. Yeah, Tony, this is me, mate. This is me. Out of here. Out of the tube. Can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I'm having a nervous breakdown. What am I like, eh? I don't know. Yeah, Peter, I mean, obviously you know what I mean, mate. You know what you. It's nice to know. I mean, it's not nice to know that you've been through it. It's nice to know that I'm not alone. You understand what I'm saying? And other people have experienced it because you know when you talk. I talk to my wife about it and that, and I'm sure she thinks he's going bloody crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking. Can't be that bad, that sort of thing. I mean, it's not like the man flu things. You know, like when men get the flu and we all feel extra ill. Yeah, it's not one of them. You know that. It's a totally different thing altogether. It's totally alien. That's what I am. Claustrophobic, yeah. You know what I don't like? And this is really weird. I'm going back now, yeah, to the late 70s, 80s, and 90s. I used to be a club DJ in Manchester. Always in crowds, yeah. Loved it. Loved it. Uh, did it for the music more than anything. And then when I gave it up, probably about 10 years after I gave it up, I became this person who didn't like people around me. I'm all right with one or two people around me, but you've got a crowd around me. It's like, whoa, I don't want to be here. You know, when you go in the supermarket, I don't want to go in the supermarket. I just like, I just feel like, you know, I just feel closed in and everything like that. It's just something I can't cope with anymore. I told the doctor, right, so I just can't cope with people that much of what I used to. You know what I mean? I think what it is, most people are bumped into is idiots. What you say, Steve? No, I think you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. I think the way you can look at it, Pete, is I had kidney stones years and years and years ago, yeah, and only a person who's had kidney stones would know how painful it was. Yeah, you could never explain it. I mean, even my own sister, who's also had kidney stones, she says to me it was worse than when she was giving birth to a baby. Yeah, well, I don't know what that's like. But all I can turn around and say, if it's anything like kidney stones, and boy, am I glad I'm a bloke and not a woman. You understand what I'm saying? But it's one of them things, isn't it? Unless you've been through it, you don't know. You know what I mean? So you're never going to get sympathy from people. It's like because of everything that went on, I became a bit depressed and a bit, got put on certain tablets and all that. And it was at that stage that I woke up to the world that there was a lot of people out there who was depressed. And whereas before I might have brushed them to one side and ignored them, now I spend a bit more time with them. You know what I mean? I sort of kind of understand. So when I see all this mental illness stuff going on TV, and I know the majority of people out there go, yeah, they're just bleeding nutters, like they've got no idea, they're just sort of jumping onto the bandwagon. But when you've been through it, you then realise what it is. And you then become more conscious dealing with other people who's in the same boat. And that's the way I've been now. I've got a neighbour 3 doors up. Everybody hates her. You know, they hate her because they think she's a bit doolally sort of thing, but she isn't. She's just in a total morbid, depressive state. Yeah. And she'll jump off the handle mid having a conversation with them. You know what I mean? But I understand her. And she never gets annoyed with me because I understand her and I treat her just right, the right way. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have gone down that road as a profession, eh? Yeah. Kidney stones, the pain is the same as the pain in childbirth. It's awful. It's that painful. Obviously, you've had kids then, Brittany. Or one. Maybe it was that bad. You've only had one. Yep, exactly. In a way, Peter, I'll go as far as to say my mental period, because it's still up and down. You know, it's still, I think once you've got it, it's there, isn't it? It's many a time I thought, like, oh, bugger you know what I mean? And all that sort of thing. But in a way, I'm glad that I experienced it or have experienced it because it's now made me a so much better person now around other people who's suffering. You understand what I'm saying? It's made me so much more understanding and so more on their side and so more willing to fight the corner for them, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, in a way, even though I still suffer from it, I can manage it quite well. I know there's a lot of people out there who can't. You know what I mean? And I'm one of the people who seems to be able to manage it quite well. It's very, very rare now that I go into deep depression. You know what I mean? It's like, and I tell you what's really helped me. I tell you what's really helped me is this: is YouTube. Yeah, is creating content for people to watch. That has really helped me 100%. Without a doubt, one of the best things in my life was being able to produce content for people to watch. People to, in some cases, a lot of people liked it. All right, I get a lot of haters. I can handle haters because I always look at it that haters, it's just typing a few words on a line. And no matter what they say, I even try to answer back to them in a way, not to be argumentative with them, but in a way of to belittle them themselves, so they think twice about what they've written. That's what I attempt to do in that way. If you look through a lot of if you look at me vaping causes cancer video, yeah. If you watch that and you read all the comments down below, you'll see that is a lot. I get a lot of hate mail, a lot of it. But if you look at the way I answer it, most of them shut up or they remove their own comments. I don't. The only comments I remove are people who use foul language or they attack other people who've commented on my video. So, like, if you put something on and he says, absolutely top notch, Steve, and then somebody's come along and said, you don't know what you're talking about, you and that, you know what I mean? And they'll have a go at them. Well, in that case, I'll take it down. But I don't get everyone because YouTube's a really strange world where certain videos you don't get notifications that somebody's left a comment on it. And when you've got 500, I think I've got 530, 530 maybe videos on this channel, yeah. It's hard to sort of keep up with them. I can't go through every single video every single day, and I feel like I feel half the time I feel a bit ignorant to the people who might have left a comment on a video which is 4 or 5 years old. But unless I actually scroll down, can't do that. No, you're right, Pete. You can't just snap out of it. And the best thing to be is like, I'd say, it's these people who's asking you constantly, you're all right, and you're all right, you know what I mean? And they mean well, but they also don't know what's in your head, do they? You know what I mean? They don't know what's in your head. And so I sort of try to avoid certain people. I mean, even some of my best friends, I'll turn around and ring up and say, "Listen, don't come down today. I'm having a bad one." You know what I mean? And they're understanding because they've they've been with for a normal life, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? But there's a certain lot of people out there, especially if you're going for a job interview or something like that. Yeah, going for a job interview, they've got no idea. They don't really want to know. In fact, they're not going to employ you. They're not even going to employ you if they think for 1 minute you can have a day off because you feel bad that day. You know what I mean? And you can't blame them for that. But you know, I mean, things are changing, aren't they? You know what I mean? They really are. That's why I was glad that I was self-employed most of my life. In fact, nearly all my life I've been self-employed. And the good thing about that is I could please myself. As long as I never let anybody down, that was fine. I have a lifespan don't plan I have anymore. My life. No. Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, I get you. If you want kids these days, I tell you, expensive without a doubt. I get judged on my mental illness being bipolar. Well, my sister's bipolar, although I've never experienced her in that state. You know what I mean? I've always been. We don't see each other that often, and she seems to avoid me when she's going through that sort of thing. Yeah, I know that, Pete. I know a lot of people don't have the outlet. I mean, I try to be. That's why I don't, if you notice, when I do a lot of reviews, and I'll feature new reviewers who's just up and coming. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is because I think everybody deserves their piece. You know what I mean? YouTube is for everybody. It's not for a particular set class of people. It's for everybody. And I think everybody could really enjoy life if they did something proactive on YouTube. I mean, let's face it, TV's really had it now, hasn't it? Within a world of reality, that sort of thing. That's if you can call me real. Very good for you, yeah, raising money. I think the last time I raised money was years ago, mate. I did a couple of marathons, um, which I hated. Not going there again. Um, but I'm not a very charitable person due to the fact that I haven't got money. So I can't be charitable. I've be honest with you. I always says if you ever won the big one on the lottery, I'd be making a lot of people. We're not on about friends now. I'd be making a lot of people happy. I'd be spreading it to those in need, and I mean genuinely in need, not the people who just sponging off life. I'm on about people who genuinely need help. You know what I mean? The funny thing is with the government, Britain, is that they are really the cause of it. They're the cause of the massive big majority of people with mental health. They really are. I mean, we both know, I'm sure you know, I know, that life is a struggle. Yeah. We all want a nice house. I've got a nice house. It's a nice house because I've made it a nice house. You know what I mean? I've struggled to get it this way. And I'm sure you're the same. But when you've got any constant bills coming through the door, I mean, your gas going up every every few months, your electric, your telephone. I don't have Sky, could never afford something like that. And then people having loans, I've never had a loan, people having loans and all that sort of thing. Life stresses you out, and it's the government's fault through that. It's them who's stressing you out. Uh, they're on the side of the companies rather than on the workers. Yeah. Uh, People who's in business are in business to make money. That's what it's about. And I turn around and say, if you can't make money and pay your staff a decent wage, you should not be in business. I don't feel sorry for you. You should not be in business, period. You shouldn't be in business because all you're doing is adding to the misery because you're employing people on 0 hours, on minimum wage, and they're having to struggle. And yet you're living a nice fat cat life. You know what I mean? So I think the government can do more than what they do, but they don't. And then the other thing with the government, especially councils, yeah, and especially Labour-run councils, is they spend money in the wrong sectors. I mean, it's like at the minute we've just had our council tax go up. Yeah, I live in a place called Tameside, and I can guarantee right now, I can go out with my camera and I can go up and down all the major roads here, and you'll see that there's planting out, putting plants out, making all nice floral borders and that. Now, all I want to know is that's all very well and good, but why are we spending money on that if mental health needs it? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why not encourage the public to come and do that? There's loads of things that they spend money on. And if you notice that when the council tax goes up, their pay rate goes up. They're already on more. I think Manchester Council, yeah, I think they're the main guy in charge of Manchester Council is on more than what the PM's on. I mean, this is what we're saying. Basically, it's a matter of they're all getting paid way too much. I'm not saying take the money from them. I'm just trying to say just don't increase the bloody wages. If it's good enough for me to have my wages froze for 3 years, it should be good enough for you to have your wages froze for 3 years. That sort of thing. I know a lot of people disagree with me, especially business owners. I mean, I'm a self-employed business owner, but if I couldn't afford to employ somebody, I just didn't employ them. That was it. I was very generous with anybody who did work for me. You know what I mean? I'd make sure that they got paid more than me in most cases. Try that. When people ask me if it's okay, I've got to be honest, Pete, and I try to avoid answering them because I know they won't understand. You know, that's the difference, isn't it? Because I know they won't understand. Uh, I mean, my mate Pete will say, I'm calling down someone. I say, oh, listen, Pete, can you just leave it, mate? And he doesn't even have to ask anything because he knows what I'm going on about. I just had to get in course for the bricks and mortar. Hang on a minute. Anyway, I'm glad I won the Crown 2 tank. Before you left, it's actually a pretty decent tank, but seems to get some hate. It's one of them things that I think what it was with any tank that comes out. I'll give you a bit of a clue here. Any tank that comes out, the very first generation, so the first ones off the production line, are really rushed out to market, yeah. And them are the ones which most reviewers get, and they're a bit substandard. You know what I mean? Or and most the shops get them, and they're a bit substandard, and it gives the companies bad names. Whereas if you wait for generation 2 to come out, you know, like the second lot of production, you usually find that they've improved because everybody's complained about the first lot. And with them Crown ones, it was the final one. They was the final production. They was the ones that were supposed to work really good. It was just the coils, I think. It was just coils that was a little bit too expensive. It's just our getting coils from bricks and mortar stores, being to shop online for them. Yeah. It was a pity really that they never, I've always said it for as long as they've been vaping, why they didn't standardise coils so they fit most tanks and then the shops could sell them. They all come out with different ones and none of them are better than the others, you know what I mean? They'll all turn around and say they are, you know what I mean? But it's just a matter of keeping the supply chain just to them. So like if you buy Crown 2, you're buying direct from them. There's nobody sort of doing copies, that sort of thing. And that's why really I like dripping a lot. I like rebuildable tanks, I like rebuildable decks, because it gives you that control. I mean, at the end of the day, all you need is a couple of rolls of wire and away you go. And you don't have to be an expert. As long as you can build one coil and you're happy with that one coil, you just produce it and produce it and produce it. It's when you start getting into the fancy coils that it becomes a bit tedious. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stand there plaiting wire. You know what I mean? Plaiting it just for a coil. I'd rather have a micro coil or something like that. Get a couple of days out, but I've just sat down and made 60 in one go. You know what I mean? That's me. You know what I mean? Well, that's good, Colin. I'm glad you liked it. I really am, mate. I'm really glad you liked it. At the moment, one of the tanks that I'm loving more than anything at the moment is this, which is the Zephyrus. Zephyrus V3, yeah. I'm loving it. It really is, but it's absolutely drinking juice. It's like 30 ml of juice a day, you know what I mean? I'm not going through that. I'll vape this for an hour and that's it. I'll fill it up for another day, that sort of thing. But no, I mean, I like to sort of be mouth to lung, stay down there. I'm happy with that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I hear you, Brittany. Although I think where the problem is, what people don't realise a lot is, um, it's the people who's just on the bottom of the working rungs of life who are suffering the most. It's not so much the people on the dole, yeah. And the reason I say that is because I've got a sister. She's got 7 kids, and she does all right. You know what I mean? I mean, she must do all right because she buys loads of booze a week. You know what I mean? Booze and fags. You know, she'll never get off it because the government's keeping it supplied. Yeah, I've got friends who's working, and they're both working. You know, the husband and the wife getting no help off the government. When they go shopping, they have to go to the bargain basement section. You know what I mean? Look at all the out of date stuff first, and they're paying tax to support the people underneath. That's what's wrong with the system. It's not a matter of taking away from them underneath. It's a matter of these in the middle really need looking after, and they're not. You know, they're not. We've all got bills. I mean, it's like my sister. She doesn't pay. She doesn't pay council tax. She doesn't pay rent. You know what I mean? She doesn't pay water rates. That's all. That's all part of the deal. You know what I mean? So the only bill she's got is gas and electric, which she has on them bloody them card meters. And when she goes shopping, I mean, I don't know about you. I go shopping. I'm like, how much is that? No, I'll get that one. That was a bit cheaper. My sister goes shopping. You don't even look. Straight into a trolley. You know what I mean? Never worked in her life. Never worked in her life. I mean, she's like 40. You know what I mean? Them are the people who's taking the mick. And I'm saying that, and it's my own sister. Taking the mick. But they're not taking the mick. They're happy. It's hard to sort of put this across, yeah? They're quite happy with what they get. They really are. And why not do it if I'm getting it for free? That's the sort of attitude they've got. But what I think these people need is a little bit more of a thing going on in the brain there, which says, hang on a minute, you know, I understand they're struggling, and I shouldn't really be complaining about what I get because they're worse off. But you're never going to get that. You're never going to get that. I haven't got the Crown 3. No, I haven't got the Crown 3, so I've got no idea, mate. No idea. That wasn't bad, was it? Bad price. I got 220ml bottles of loaded e-liquid. Well, when you say loaded, is that the name of it? $13.99 each. I made 350ml, mate, for a fiver. The problem with dripping for me is I leave my mod laid down and upside down in my pocket. Yeah, dripping's not for everybody, Peter. You know what I mean? It really isn't. Maybe what you need to get, mate, is a squonker. That's what you need to get, a squonker. Hi, Cornish. How are you, mate? And to answer your question, yes, quit it, mate. Last video bit, I've got. I keep saying it. I keep going through this all time I've been on. I have got around about, I don't know, maybe 12, 14 videos already on YouTube waiting to go live over the next couple of months, yeah. But my computer gave up last week, took it to get repaired. This says, give it a nice burial, Steve. That's what it says, basically, you know, nice dig hole. Nothing salvageable for it, so we can't donate any of the parts. And you know the situation I'm in, so I can't afford it, mate. So basically, this one here is what I've just borrowed off my mate. I don't know, it was Thursday, I think I borrowed it, and it goes back today. So this was the last opportunity I had of doing anything. So I thought, right, do a bit of a live rant. You know what I mean? Wish me luck as you with me goodbye. Ah, right. Well, that's unusual because normally I go through all. Normally I usually try all the roofless, so maybe a while. Cornish, are you ready for? Do you want to see my stealth mod, mate? I'll just give you a quick sample here. That's stealthy, isn't it? That's definitely not stealthy. That's what you call a statement piece, mate. I will. I'll have a look at what is it? The Summit essay. Refillable pod mod. Do you mean the smote? SMOANT, Smoant. Is that the one that you mean? Let's have a look. New star. Phew. I can't find this. What is it? Someone essay. Can't find it. You thought you were leaving? Yeah, I am, Carnish. That's it. Final video, mate. Smoking vapor. Stupid name. What a great product. I can find. What did you say it was called? Somant S8. I put that in Google, mate. It don't come up with anything. It comes up with a Smont S8 pod. S8 pod. SMOANT. That's the only thing it comes up with, mate. And it does look like. Let me have a look. Oh, it does. It looks like a pebble. Yep. Now I've got one coming to me. Well, no, I haven't. I cancelled it because I informed them that I couldn't do the review, and I can't remember it's by now. But I've got one that's 2 pods on the top, so you can vape both at the same time. Sorry about this. I'm ignoring you here. I've got one. I had one coming to me, but I've emailed them and said don't bother sending it because I can't do the review. And it was a pod mod with 2 tanks on the top, and you could use them both at the same time. So you could have like, I don't know, maybe menthol in one, tobacco in the other, and you can vape them both together. Or you could just use one side, you know what I mean? If you wanted to save on power, that sort of thing. So it was good because you had a standby tank, really, didn't you? But that's been cancelled. So we just have to wait and see. Yeah, I've just done that one. I've just done that, Brittany. I've just had a look at it. It does look interesting. It does look very much like the Pebble from Vipe. It probably performs a little bit better looking at it. Yeah, but I mean, without having one in my hands, I wouldn't know. But definitely, without a doubt, a nice little pod mod. Same with me, mate. Out of all the pod mods I've had, I've got to be honest, it's probably one of the best for out and about. It fits in my pocket, fits in my wallet, refillable. Yeah, get a full day out of it, get a full day vaping out of it. Excellent. Ryan, how are you, mate? I think I remember you now. Was it? Let me just a minute. I think I remember you now, mate. I'd have to watch my video. But have you featured my video? Hello. Yeah, it's basically, mate. It's me saying goodbye because sadly my equipment's gone. It's died of death. And it's something I can't afford to replace yet. I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe in a few months' time, if I get something together, I might come back on, but you can't do nothing, you can't do anything with nothing, can you? It's as easy as that. And at the moment I'm using my mate's laptop just to sort of do this broadcast because I know I had to say something. I couldn't do a video, I need to edit it. So I borrowed this and I thought I'd just go and do one on there, that sort of thing. I have actually got around about 12, 14 videos which are waiting to go live. You know what I mean? They're already set on dates, that sort of thing, which will still go up. But as far as basically this is the last one, even though it's not in order, if you know what I mean. What's the one you're using, please? And I must have missed that review for this one here. Cornish, yeah. Is that the one you mean? Yeah. It's a Soaring Air. Absolutely, I can guarantee you 100% you'll love it. Really will, honestly, really will. Right, yep. Remember you now, definitely. I didn't go. Did you go to Expo last week, Ryan? Did you go? I didn't go. I might go to them one later on in the year. So if you do go, and you see me, come along, mate. Let's sort of do a bit of a video, something like that. Yeah. Ryan, it's my computer, mate. I use a laptop, yeah, and I've been using that laptop since Noah gave it me off the ark, and basically it gave up the ghost. And anybody who knows me, you know that I haven't got two acres screwed together. And I did try a GoFundMe, that didn't work. I tried, what was it called? Amazon gift or whatever it's called, Amazon wish list. That didn't work. I've been given a desktop which didn't work, and I need a laptop because I've got no dedicated space in my house. Do you know what I mean? But you know, don't worry about it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure something maybe later on in the year will come along. You know what I mean? What do you do? But you see, the computer that I had, it was good enough for editing. You know what I mean? It had 8 gig of RAM on it, which is what I need because most of my videos I use backgrounds and do a lot of editing, you know what I mean? So sort of polish them up a little bit. And I'm not, it's like this live, I mean, it's pretty boring looking at it. I mean, it's a kitchen, but it's not the best of things, is it? You know what I mean? I did do a GoFundMe, mate. It didn't work out. Conway, it didn't work out, mate. You know, I think what it is, I think GoFundMe's at it these days because every jack and, you know, every person on the bloody planet thinks that they can get free money that way. No matter what it is, I'm going to start a GoFundMe page. And I don't think it's nowhere near as good as what it used to be. You know what I mean? So obviously, they've got to find it. Let's face it, I'm an old geezer. No, us old geezers have got everything sorted. You know what I mean? Nobody feels sorry for an old geezer. Your time's over now. Get your computer, you might die next week. I shouldn't say that, should I? Yes, why am I? No, I don't know why I nodded. No, we did not, unfortunately, because we was in Turkey. Whoa, a long time. We've been How long has it been since I've been in Turkey? Probably 11 years ago. Somebody tried snatching me bag. I seen in the corner, you know, you can feel something in the corner of your eye. There was this bloody thief, you know what I mean? Tried to rip the bag off my shoulder. Although me being from Manchester, it was like super glue, so it was never going to happen. I used to like Turkey, yeah, nice. Is your GoFundMe still running? I don't know, mate. I think it is. I think it is. I can't search it on this computer, can I? You know what I mean? It's not mine, so I wouldn't know where to look. Wouldn't know where to look, mate. Yeah, probably. I mean, I could always start another one, but I need a computer for that one. No, we did not, unfortunately, because it was in Turkey. Yeah, no, yeah. How about selling merchandise? I buy a T-shirt with your ugly mush off. Well, your face on. I know you didn't say ugly mush, but you meant it, didn't you? To be honest, just bear with me a minute. Oh no, I've got it here. I was always going to try and get a T-shirt done like that. Look at that. Professor Vapes. But I wouldn't know where to go to get it done. Maybe I should look into that. Hey. Being a bit ambitious there, aren't I, with a coloured bleeding T-shirt without a doubt. I mean, you know, I have thought of everything I can think of. Do you know what I mean? But I shouldn't be laughing, really, should I? I shouldn't be. It's a sad day. What do you do? Branching to porno. I don't think that's going to happen with me, Professor Great Capes. I don't even know what it is. Make me link. I mean, bear with me. I might be able to find it. Might be able to find it. Not looking promising here, now it won't sign in. It'd be alright if you knew what my signing details was, wouldn't it? Oh yeah. Let me have a look. Right. Right, better. Sorry about this, people. I am actually trying here. And I'm probably ignoring you. No, I don't like ignoring you, don't you? Right, here, let me just go here now. Hold that there. So let me just put this. How about this, Colin? Just see if this works, mate. I think this is it. Paste. I don't know if that's the one, mate. I think it is. That says dashboard, though. It can't be that, can it? Go from my dashboard. Can't be, can it? Can't be that. I don't know where it is. Let me have a look. Where do I look for it? That's dashboard, isn't it? Look there, see where we are. Go from me. No, wait. No, I think I found it here. I think I found it. No, I don't know. I don't think I have. I don't know, mate. Is this the one? I don't know what I'm looking for there. I really don't. I don't think that's it. Let's try this one. Is this the one? I don't know. They're both saying dashboard, aren't they? Both saying dashboard. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. Don't know how you do it. Give up. Give up. Yes, there we go. Post to Twitter, invite, email contact, set your campaign link. What the bloody hell's that? Set link. Please enter URL. I've got no idea. I've got no idea. What I'll do is if I can find it, I'll post it at the bottom of the if I can find it, I'll post it at the bottom of the video when I get around to it. But obviously, can you remember what you called it? Oh my God. Does it have a name, does it? My campaigns. Is that where it would be? My campaigns. Okay, come on. Should have a title, yes. I found it because I am a wizard. Is this it? All right, I see. .com. I don't know. Is that it? Is that it? The one what Ryan's put up, or is it the one what I put up? It's because not my computer. I don't know the way around the computer, you see, so I don't know what I'm bloody doing. Right, yeah, I would do. I could do that. I can do that, mate. Yeah, maybe I'll put a piece on my community page and put it on there. Although not a lot of people read that community page, although I do keep up with it. I do keep up with it. Yep. Right. I have a graphic editing space PC. I can send you if you're okay with not having a laptop. You can pay for the cost of the postage. Ryan, very, very generous of you, mate, but honestly, I've got nowhere to put a desktop. Nowhere. Can you imagine how frustrating we have to be every single time I go on the computer unpacking it and setting it up? So I've not got a space available for it to put it. That's why I always use laptops. But mate, very generous. Honestly, really generous. Whereabouts are you, Ryan? Anyway, because it says there, postage or petrol. Whereabouts are you? Right, I finally got it then, did I call? I don't know. I don't even know how to get into it, mate. I'll have to see if we can find out. I'll get into it on my tablet. Yeah, go on there later on and see if we can do anything with it. Essex. No, sorry, mate. Honestly, yeah. But I tell you what, that's really generous of you. I don't know. No, don't worry about it, mate. Honestly, I'm sure. You know, before the year's out, I'm sure people are not going to miss me that much to sort of unsubscribe. You know what I mean? I'll just have to do the hard work again, getting people back up there, won't I? You know what I mean? And all I can say to you, yeah, is if you do subscribe, press that bell, and it'll inform you then, won't it, when I'm back on, that sort of thing. Cornish, honestly, mate, I earned zero off my channel, mate. Demonetized. And nearly every video I put up is demonetized within a few weeks. It goes up, I appeal against it, then it goes monetized, and a few weeks later it gets demonetized. I'm sure there's a little person out there who watches all my videos and goes, complain, complain, complain. Because I have got a few haters, mate. I've had a few haters in the last few years, you know what I mean? Philip, how are you, mate? All right then. Basically, I'm not able to do any more filming, mate. My camera's all right. It's a dodgy camera, but it's all right. My microphone's all right. Just like my laptop's gone. I had to go sooner or later. They don't last forever, do they? Yeah, no, it's Cornish. It's one of them things, mate. You know, basically with YouTube the way it is these days. I've got a video there the other night. I got a notification from somebody saying I've reported your content to YouTube because you're breaking YouTube rules and regulations. I follow YouTube's regulations to the letter. I make sure I do nothing wrong. Don't swear in my videos. Don't put anything up what's controversial. Don't call anybody out for the sake of calling them out. I do everything so correct that I should never be removed off YouTube. Yeah, there I have. Somebody complaining about they don't like, obviously don't like the look of me, or they just don't like the way I talk, or they just don't like my style or whatever. It's a free world, you know what I mean? Yeah, you see, Instagram Live's okay, but I don't have a phone that handles it, mate. Basically, it's all phone based, isn't it? You know what I mean? I just don't do Instagram. And I don't think they've actually got the power or the storage facilities that YouTube have got. YouTube is 46 years of viewing downloaded to YouTube daily. 46 years of viewing daily. That's a lot of computers. I think basically, if you look Cornish, when we say they all get past it, a lot of them get paid, mate. I mean, they don't get past it. You understand what I'm saying? Or they do it in a way. I've got no idea how they do it, mate. But I know that I'm not going to start shouting names out now. But I know quite a few who get paid. They get paid to do it as long as you feature stuff. You know what I mean, and that sort of thing. But I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. I just do. You see what it is? I like to do things the way I do them. That's it. And it's like, do we need to change to? I mean, it's nothing I can see what I could do differently to make every one of my videos monetized. But they're very choosy. I've got a vaping video which says vaping causes cancer. Yeah, it's got 200,000 views on it. Yeah, and it's monetized, so I'll make money on that. But when we say money, I probably made about 20 quid in all the time it's been up. But by the same method, I've got another video, yeah, which is Rick Tripper and 420, which has got no swear words in it, doesn't mention the word vape in it, doesn't mention, oh no, it mentions the word vape in it, yeah, but it's sort of like pro vape. Whereas me vaping causes cancer is neg vape, the other one's pro vape, and yet that one is not monetized, and it's got 250,000 bloody hits on it. So it's the loony leftist at YouTube who decide whether they like your video or not. It's not whether it's following the rules, it's whether it meets their criteria in their own little world. Yeah, it's like what they think. So if they don't like you and they don't like your content, it's not going up. It's got nothing to do with you breaking rules. It's got down to the mentality of the people at YouTube. And they have been called out on it. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's just been called out on it on Facebook. If it's not, don't fit into the perfect world of that person who's checking your stuff out, then it's not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? It's a bit like, I suppose, if you had a vapor in charge of checking vaping videos out, and we just stopped any bad videos going up of like people slagging vaping off. We know that's not going to happen, but It's that sort of thing, you know what I mean? Or this person's pro vaping, so therefore we don't like his stuff. Don't let it on. It's just the way we're living. But you've hit the nail on the head, Ryan. Owned by Facebook, and Facebook are being very proactive right now at stopping certain content. I mean, for instance, and I'm not saying it should be allowed, but if you look at like Tommy Robinson, yeah, his stuff's not allowed, yeah, because they say it's hate speech, and yet the Islamist states of real terrorists, their stuff is allowed. So that's the sort of thing what Facebook get up to. They pick and choose what they allow and what they don't allow. It's sort of like it's all very wrong, and that's what's happened. It should never have happened with YouTube. Should never have happened with Twitter. Should never have happened with Facebook. Should never have happened with half of them. They should have just kept it the way it was. But because of a few nanny states out there who want control of what you say, it's all changed. It really has, and it's never going to change for the better. Well, Amazon, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing, but they're all going to have controls on the market. It's still going to be down to somebody who says what's available and what's not. I mean, look at what they did to the gaming industry on YouTube. Look what they've done, mate. They took people's livelihoods away from them. I'm not a gamer, but I feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? And then content providers out there like who make animation. They make animation. They spend like months making an animation, stick it up on YouTube to earn some revenue, and they've had it taken away from them. It's disgusting. It really is. And yet all the time, them platforms are making a fortune from. I mean, YouTube are making a fortune from my platforms. They're making a fortune from my videos, as long with everybody else's videos. YouTube would not be viable if it wasn't for us. Now, if you as an advert, and this is all down to advertising, yeah. If you as an advertiser, you really care where your advert goes, as long as it's targeting the public. So I might be doing a video I don't know about, let's say vaping, yeah, and half of the companies don't want their product to be advertised on a vaping channel. Why? Because at the end of the day, vapors are still consumers, and we still buy stuff. You understand? And people who watch my videos still buy stuff, yeah. So they're picking and choosing what video. It's like, no, hang on a minute. I should be allowed to say, as the content provider, I should be able to say, I do not want sanitary towel adverts on my videos. That's what I should be allowed to say. It should be me who decides what's allowed and what isn't allowed. But I don't care. It's like free for all. Anybody can put their advert on there. But what's happened is, because of New York Times and some bad stories that they put out, a lot of the advertisers pulled away. Yeah, because videos is appearing on ISIS videos and things like that. Well, that's down to YouTube not managing their system properly. They should have been cutting them videos out and getting rid of them. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, for you to get monetized now as a new YouTube user, as a new content provider, you've got to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, you've got to have at least so many hours of video up. Yeah, your content's got to meet their criteria. It's like we're working for nothing, and we're meeting up, and their rules are not explained. And it doesn't explain in the rules anywhere that vaping videos are against the law. It doesn't say that anywhere. The amount of times and amount of discussions I've had with YouTube to say, listen, why has my video been demonetized? I don't swear in it. I don't have any sexual content in it. I don't have any hate crime in it. I've been through the full list, and I says, well, you must be doing something. They can't tell me. Well, you must be doing something wrong. We advise that you check the rules. And it's like, I've checked the rules, and I've checked them over and over and over again, and I still can't find out. All I want to know is what's wrong, and I'll solve it. But they don't let you know. It's like they make the rules up as you go along, and that's a fact. There's people sat there checking your videos, and if they don't like you, or they don't like your content, or something about your video, they just pull the plug. What can you do about it? Yeah, Tommy Robinson, without a doubt. Everybody calls him a racist. Everyone calls him far right. It's not far right. It's not a racist. If you actually met him in real life, a lot of his mates are blacks, Indians, etc., etc. It's just one ideology he's against, yeah? And he's not really against the ideology, he's against the government of this country who's sitting back and letting it go on. I mean, 1,400 rapes in where was it? Not Stafford. Recently, they just came out this year. The press kept quiet about it. They kept quiet about it, yeah? The police are saying the numbers are not as high. The government's not doing nothing. You never see a full article on the news about it. Everything's scared at trying to keep us in this state of not knowing anything. Most of us who do YouTube and watch videos, we know what's going on, yeah? But the point is, the general public out there, they've got no idea. They've got no idea what's going on at all. Nothing. I feel so sorry for all these women who fought all the lives for equal rights, only to now seeing that it's slowly being taken away. In Germany at the moment, the advice from the government is don't go out in any sexy outfits to the women. It's like, what's that about? That isn't draconian. What is, you know what I mean? So we don't get told no a lot. And Tommy Robbins is the sort of person who's trying to bring that to the forefront and let everybody know. But all the time, if you like the guy, you're a racist. And, you're a white privilege bleeding whatever. Don't get me on ranting about that. Mate, if I could do a channel like that, I would do. I really would, because there's a lot of people out there got no idea. They're totally ignorant of what's going on in the world. It's like Labour. At one time I used to vote. I used to think, yeah, I vote Labour. There's no way on this planet I would vote Labour now. No way. They're so far gone to the other side, yeah, that me and you have got no chance whatsoever. I mean, look at the attacks on the Jews at the minute from the left. And you know why it is? It's because they're supporting the bloody Islam. That's why. It's because they're supporting the Islam State. That's why the Jews are getting attacked. It's absolutely disgusting the way this country is being run. It really is. Professorvapes for government, for MP. PM, is it? PM, that's it. I need to be up there. I've got it, mate. I can kick some ass. I use a power director, mate. Yeah, love it. I've tried Sony Vegas, bag of garbage. I've tried, no, to be honest, I'm not going to call this one. I've actually tried Adobe Premiere, which is good, but I can't afford the damn thing, you know what I mean? But I love Power Director, really love it. I need 8 gig. I need 8 gig memory. That's what I need. It needs 8 gig memory. My video files are bloody chunky. You know what I mean? If I give you, for instance, on the laptop that I already had, what was working, a 12-minute video after editing, yeah. So I'd spend a few hours editing, but after editing, to crush it down usable for YouTube would take 3 or 4 hours. So it needs that processing power sort of thing. Who's KSI? Colin, who's KSI? I know you can make some money. Call out KSI for a boxing match. He made around about 2 million from fighting another YouTuber. Maybe it's because they don't use bad language and don't have sexual content. Yeah, it probably is. I mean, it's just what it was is because if you understand something, I used to work a lot on the sites. Yeah, everybody swears on the sites. We all used to swear, you know what I mean. But when it was home, I kept it separate. It was the way I was brought up with my old fella and all that. You know what I mean. My old fella was a Catholic, so a bit of respect. So I've always been that way. And I thought, well, when you're on YouTube, you don't know who's watching you. So try to be as nice as you can. You know what I mean? Try to be normal. I watched some vaping reviews and they're effing this and being that. And it's like, all I do is turn off. It's like, just not my cup of tea. I'm not saying they're wrong. They've got an audience for that. I don't want that audience. I just don't want that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because you don't use bad language. I'm just in that one. Look. Oh, come on. I don't know what's happening here. My scroll is stopped. Yeah, that's right. I think that's the same with me. I've gone through my entire life not being a racist, but apparently now I am. There's nothing I can do about that. That's like the way the left want to call me out. You understand what I'm saying? They've got no idea. They've got no idea at all. I remember going. I've said this before on the video. I went for a job once, which I was well qualified for. Got told at the start of the interview I had the best qualifications for the job, but it was for the council. Yeah. And I got told at the end of the interview that the job would be the job would be offered to an ethnic minority first, without the experience. Without the experience, I had the experience because there was an equal opportunity council. What's equal about that? What is equal about that? And even though, in the back of my head, it was a bit livid, I thought, well, yeah, we're living in that world now where you've got to step back and let somebody else have a job. But it's gone so far that way now. I mean, you go in my local council now, you'd be lucky to find an English person in there. You really would. Yeah, if it's flat, innit? Sure, it's flat. I'm not telling me it's round, eh? Yeah, probably was. Yeah, if Labour to losing the election, but then again, I think Labour's gone a little bit too far. They're burying themselves now. I think Labour. I think they really are. They really are. You can't come up with any facts. Can't state what they would do if a war broke out. I was watching last week, and I don't know what she's called now. That woman who's on there. She was asked a simple question: if somebody fired a nuclear missile at us, would we retaliate? And she said, well, we'd have to try and sort things out. Like, whoa, I don't want her in charge of my country, you know what I mean? El Presidente. Yep. You got it there, Alistair. Stephen Mudd wrestling, I'll be up for that. People always complain about how dirty my fingernails are. So a bit of mud wrestling, yeah, why not? I, I can I ask you something, Brittany? How do people know that you're Jewish? I mean, I know I tell a Jewish bloke. I mean, I'm not stupid, you know what I mean? But how do they know you're Jewish if you're a female? Just, I've got no idea. Whereabouts are you, by the way? Not over near Prestwich way, eh? Because there's a lot of Jews in Prestwich. Remember Gerald Kaufman, I think it was. He wanted to build a wall around Prestwich to keep all the non-Jews out, which he never got, by the way. It was never going to happen, was it? You know what I mean? Yeah, you've just nail on the head, Cornish. It's how they treat me. I mean, I'm absolutely fine with everybody I meet. I really am fine. But I do go into situations sometimes where I know that I'm not welcome because of who I am. Do you know what I mean? It's like all the people coming over to England. We welcome them. We haven't got a problem with them. But the point is, don't come in and try to change the rules to suit you. You know what I mean? You should be coming in and you should be joining the way we experience life. We're not trying to say you've got to be a bloody white person or anything like that. All we're saying is that don't try to change our ways. Don't try to take away from us our identity. And that's exactly what's happening. It's our identity what's being taken away from us. Our way of life is being taken away from us. Come here, you've got to come here for a better life. Surely that's what you're coming for. So just sort of, join in, that sort of thing. But it's certain people who don't want to join in. Scroll stopped working on the right hand side. Any ideas? Anybody? No. Oh, not that bad. I think his computer's. I think his computer's about to die. I'm not getting no scrolling here. I'm in the UK. Well, that's quite. That's that. Yeah, whereabouts in the UK would be good. It's not that I'm going to come up with you down or anything. Just want to know. I shop for kosher food. It's a huge giveaway. Wouldn't be a giveaway to me. Oh well, you see, that was it. When I attend the synagogue, which is another giveaway. Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose it would be. Well, I agree with you there. College Vapor message retracted. Yeah, probably, mate. We have probably gotten better. That's what I'm saying. People, it's only when you get talking other than outside vape that you start to understand what people's coming from. And a lot of people might hate me for it. You know what I mean? A lot of people might feel comfortable about it. But I don't think I should hide anything. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's the way it is. I haven't got any real hate for anybody. My scroller stopped working too. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something wrong with YouTube, do you think? Email me Steve Sales at originalvapors.co.uk. I'll sort you out a new laptop. Mate, honestly, it doesn't matter. Seriously, mate, it doesn't matter. It's very generous. Besides the point, I'm going away, so I probably won't get it anyway. I'm going away. Every country is like that. We now have Mounties wearing turbans in Canada, and Disney owns the right to the Mountie image. Right, I see. It's funny that, because like in my life as a working on building sites, here in the UK, we have to wear hard hats unless you're wearing a turban, in which case you don't have to wear an hard hat. Very strange. And then I was working on one site where it was a Rastafarian, didn't have to wear an hard hat because of his dreadlocks. And there was another building site where there was a guy wearing sandals, and I had to wear steel toe cap boots. But difference was is that he was a Muslim. So it was like really weird, you know what I mean? It's really crazy how certain rules for one and not all the rules for it. It's like, here's a scenario, yeah? Imagine working on a building site and you're at the top of this scaffolding and you're laying some bricks, yeah? And all of a sudden one slips out your hand and you shout down, "Falling brick!" And everybody jumps out of the way because they know what it is, don't they? What if you can't understand English? What if you can't understand English? Seriously. I can imagine being on a foreign building site and they shout something down. Got no idea what it means. I'm just working away. Think. Alistair, did you see it? Did you see my pipe, mate? You see my latest pipe? I'll tell you what, Ryan, because I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose this speech. Let's go. I'll look through it later on. But just drop us a mail, mate. When you get a chance, mate. Hello, peeps. Okay, goodbye from whom? Illuminati. Do you believe? You believe in all that Pizzagate and all that? Is that it? No, no. Do I? No, mate. I'd hate to go inside. I'm not cut out for that. Definitely not. Really, really, Ryan. Good on you, mate. I'm glad that you're doing well. That's all I can turn around and say. I always wanted a vape shop myself, but I never had the finances for that. I always thought somebody local might sort of say, Steve, do you want to come and work for this sort of thing? But no, they don't. You know what I mean? I don't think people trust people anymore. That's what it is. Whereabouts in Scotland, Brittany? Message retracted. Irving. Nice up there. I've never been there. I remember once going to. You might be able. I think it might have been Edinburgh. It was either Edinburgh or Glasgow, wherever they make the Macintosh, that sort of thing. Yeah, and it was. Let me think who it was called now. What was the name of the store? No. Marks and Spencer's, yeah. Marks and Spencer's in Stockport. I was doing some work on their building, on the main warehouse, yeah. And they needed a driver to take some stuff up to Scotland, and said, "Did I know anybody?" And I thought, I'll have a go at this, because it was a 7.5 ton truck. And I had a license to drive one, you see. And I said, "I'll do it for you if you want. You know, let's agree a price." We agreed a price. And I went all the way up to Scotland. Now, when I got into Scotland, and I'm sure it was either Glasgow or Edinburgh, one of the others, yeah, they opened the back of the van and it was full of kilts. Seriously, full of kilts. Made in Stockport. Made in Stockport, Manchester, yeah. And they've gone all the way up to Scotland, yeah. I had to drop them off and bring a load back. And what was happening in Scotland, they were showing a labelling what says made in Scotland. And he wasn't telling no lies. The labels was made in Scotland. I thought, what a con! What a con! Cornish, send us an email, mate. I look into it. You know what I mean? It's nice here in northern Ontario. Now that the snow is about gone. Yeah, we've got no snow here. And at the moment, even though it was starting out a sunny day today, because I'm looking out the back window now, yeah, even though it started out a sunny day, it's gone dull and chilly. Yeah, but it's still the start of summer here, really. Yeah, that's why I really want to get over to Spain. Get a bit of real sunshine. Eat some decent food. Oh, God, I tell you what, Ryan, very generous, mate. I'd return it, of course I would. You know what I mean? I'm not after anything for nothing, mate. Devils in skirts is what the fuzzy wuzzies used to call us Scots. Devils in skirts. What's the fuzzy wuzzies? You're not talking about the Brits, are you? Fuzzy wuzzies. I don't know. I don't even know what a fuzzy wuzzy is. Obviously, it's a Scottish thing, like rip snorkeler. Rip snorkeler. Has anybody heard of the term that? Rip snorkeler? Any time I worked with a Scottish guy, it was always, "Where's the rip snorkeler?" I'd be thinking, what the bloody hell's a rip snorkeler? Can anybody tell me? I know what it is, but I'm just wondering if anybody can tell me. Fish and chips in Spain is definitely terrible. Although I've got to be honest, really good cod, because you get it fresher than what we get it here. Ah, there you go, Alistair. Saw, mate. Circular saw, yeah. I tell you, it played me in the early days. Minute snork, minute snork, like that. Well, they said it with a Scottish accent. I'm not very good with that at all. So, yeah. Hey, fancy you knowing that, mate. It must be a common thing there, wasn't it? It must be. Right, people, I think we're going to go. I did say I was going to be on for an hour, and I've been on for 2.5 hours. You've got to admit, it has dragged a bit, hasn't it? I have got a bit boring as time's gone on, that sort of thing. Yeah, cheers for that, Colin. Yeah, I certainly will, mate. Always looking forward to your video. Today is a sad day. It is kind of, isn't it? Yeah, it really is, because I enjoy this myself. It sort of always puts a bit of magic in my day whenever I can come on live and have a chat with you. I'm sure things will even get better as time goes on with all this YouTube live and that. Yeah. Just have one final vape with my, it's called the Almond Dali, it's called, after Salvador Dali. Yeah, cheers, Grim. I'll try my best, mate. Don't tell him your name, Pike. Take care, Professor. It was lovely to see you. As always, my friend, take care. Massive hug for you're amazing. Cheers, Brittany. And I can feel the hug from here. Same back. And have an healthy time. Without a doubt. Take care, Prof. Right, that's it. That's me, people. Thanks, everybody, for calling in. I know it's been a bit of a drag today, but had to be done. So thanks again. Thanks for wishing me well, and I will try and get back at some point. For now, that's me gone. See ya. See you, Ryan.